Well, hello, welcome back to another Let's Play of Star Trek Next Generation of Final Unity. We're about to head to Frigis, so let's resume where we left off last time.
Entering Federation space.
Captain's Log Supplement. The Enterprise has arrived at the Shono Isho Epsilon system, where according to Aramut's data, we expected to find the world where the followers settled. However, our sensors show no Class M planets in the system at all.
Helm, standard orbit.
Let's talk to the crew, see what they have to say.
Mr. Worf, your analysis.
Captain, we should check our orders from Starfleet.
Good idea, let's do that.
Admiral Williams here. What can I do for you, Captain?
I'd like to confirm our current orders.
Of course. If your hunch is correct, the Garidian 5th scroll may be in the Shono Isho Epsilon.
Picard out.
Well, that was a waste of time.
Aramut is a Ferengi. Maybe he altered his navigational logs to throw us off the track.
That is a possibility. There is physical evidence, however, that Aramut did visit this system.
What sort of evidence, Mr. Data?
The hull of Aramut's ship had recently been irradiated by chromaton particles. Shono Isho Epsilon is the only star in this sector that emits chromaton particles.
Let's try to contact the planet first.
There is no response from the planet, Captain.
Data, is it possible there's something we missed?
I can attempt to enhance the scan matrix. That may increase our sensor resolution.
Make it so.
Troy, you got anything to say?
I don't think Aramut was lying to us about this location, Captain. I do sense life out there, but it's hard to be more specific at this distance.
If the followers are out there, how do you propose we locate them?
These are people who fled from persecution on Garid. They might be hiding deliberately. It may be better to let them locate us by sending out a general message of friendship. Perhaps one of our passengers could think of something that would encourage the followers to respond.
Let's ask Tabak, he might help.
We've arrived at Aramut's coordinates, but if the followers are here, they're hiding. Do you suppose they'd respond to a message of friendship?
Perhaps they would pay attention to someone who quoted the Lawgiver. Captain, if you patch me through your comm system, I could send out an appropriate message.
Make it so.
Aye, Captain.
And when the Lawgiver left Garid, he said of the ruling council, "They have taken my words and engraved them backwards."
Any luck?
There is no response, sir.
Darn.
Well, it was worth a try.
Well, let's wait a bit and see what happens.
Sir, we are being hailed.
Oh, goody.
Who is this that knows the Lawgiver's lament?
I am Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I shall need more information before I can trust you. Tell me more about yourself.
We represent the United Federation of Planets. We're on a mission of peace.
Is that why your ship is bristling with weapons?
We use our weapons purely for defense.
I see. And would the Federation be willing to defend us?
Starfleet protects all of Federation space, which includes this system. If you wish, your world could even apply for Federation membership.
I don't think the Romulans or Garidians would like that. They both have made claims on this world.
That is unfortunate, but immaterial. Your planet is in Federation space. If you ask for our assistance, we will give it.
That is a noble attitude.
We have several Garidian refugees aboard. They are seeking to bring the wisdom of the Lawgiver's fifth scroll back to Garrod.
Garrod had its chance, and it cast the Lawgiver and our ancestors aside. It is too late to mend their relations with us now.
These are reformers, hoping to use the Lawgiver's words to improve Garidian society.
That is a cause the Lawgiver would have approved. You've given me much to think about, Captain. Allow me a few moments to consider it.
I understand. We will remain in orbit and await your response.
So let's save our game real quick. And wait for him to respond. Now we wait.
Sir, we are being hailed.
Ah.
On screen.
I have decided to trust you. I am Larak, Chancellor of the planet, Frigis. How did you know we were here?
A Ferengi trader claimed he picked up some Garidian animals here.
Aramut. We started dealing with him to purchase some outside technology, and we gave him some animals in return. Fortunately, we never told him much about ourselves.
How do you manage to conceal your entire planet?
The technology is similar to the Romulan cloaking device. It fools sensors into misreading what they see. We had to protect ourselves in case Garrod's forces came after us.
May I send some of my crew down to learn more about you?
Since our deception is discovered, I suppose there is no harm in letting a small number of off-worlders visit. But there must be no Garidians in the party. They have not yet earned our trust.
I agree to your terms, Chancellor. I shall send my first officer, Commander Riker, as my personal representative.
Good, Captain. It is always gratifying to deal with a man of reason. I will transmit the landing coordinates to your computer.
Thank you. Number one, this is an extremely important first contact situation. I want you to lead the away team. See if you can locate the fifth scroll for our Garidian passengers.
Yes, sir.
Now let's head to transport. Did it again. Now we'll select our crew members. First we're gonna get Riker.
Commander Riker, please report to the transporter room. Lieutenant Commander Data, please report to the transporter room. Counselor Troy, please report to the transporter room. Lieutenant Commander LaForge, please report to the transporter room.
Now we're off to the planet.
Beam down coordinates selected.
May the Lawgiver's spirit smile on you. I am Chancellor Larak. Welcome to Frigis.
Thank you for letting us beam down. I'm Commander William Riker of the Starship Enterprise.
Except for Aramut, We have not had outworld visitors since the Lawgiver brought us here. I have thousands of questions to ask, but I will do it at another time. How can I help you, Commander Riker?
What are these pyramids?
The pyramids are relics of an ancient race called the Chodak. They were here long before we arrived from Garrod. Each sect adapted a pyramid to serve as a transporter to their temple.
We've heard of the Chodak, but it's rare to find evidence of their presence in this section of the galaxy.
Oh yes, the Chodak Empire was vast indeed. Like the Lawgiver before me, I have made extensive studies of their culture. I am actually considered something of an expert in the translation of Chodak runes.
We're looking for information about the fifth scroll your Lawgiver brought here with him.
Why are you aliens interested in our scroll?
It may be the only way to prevent a civil war back on Garrod. Can you help us?
I am afraid not. I am only in charge of the civil government. That is a religious matter, so you must ask the leaders of the sects for help.
It's only been 1,000 years since the Lawgiver left Garrod. Has your religion had such serious splits in so short a time?
Sadly, yes. Even before the Lawgiver's death, his disciples began to disagree over the way his writings should be interpreted. They each made a copy of the fifth scroll that emphasized their own particular biases over all the others.
That must have been confusing.
It was worse than that. The Lawgiver became disgusted with them and hid his original manuscript, vowing that no one would find it until the sects learned to cooperate.
From the way you're talking, I guess they never have.
An accurate appraisal. The Lawgiver said he left the keys to the scroll's location with each of the sects. But so far, after centuries of feuding, all the sects have done is formalize their competition into the Declaratory.
The Declaratory?
Yes, a series of philosophical contests the sects hold every decade. The winner
Well,
Sorry.
you've been very helpful. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
I must return to my other duties now, but I will monitor your progress as my schedule permits. May the spirit of the Lawgiver guide your steps.
Now let's go check out the pyramids. First, start with this one, then the one in the back, then head out to the desert.
May the wisdom of the Lawgiver ring sweetly in your ears. I am Songmaster Stamblier, leader of the Chanters. Chancellor Larak told me to expect you. How may I help you?
I'm Commander Riker of the Federation Starship Enterprise. Your instrument seems to be broken. What's wrong with it?
Oh, we lost its sonic redigitizer to those discordant seekers in the Declaratory many years ago.
Can you help us find the original fifth scroll?
What is wrong with the copy our sect has?
We need the original for historical research purposes.
Oh, I see. I do not think I can help you. Our sect has lost so many items in the Declaratory that I doubt we would be very good treasure hunters. But some of our chants go back for centuries, even to the days of the Lawgiver. Would you like to hear one?
That's a very generous offer. I would love to hear your pluvoid sing.
We are happy to oblige. This chant is called The Futility of Wisdom.
Thank you for letting us hear that. It was very enlightening.
Since you enjoyed it so much, I shall give you an orchestrion that will let you listen to it whenever you wish. And feel free to visit us any time. May the songs of the Lawgiver bring you fulfillment.
Okay, I got more questions to ask him.
Why is there one hole that doesn't have a gold ring around it?
Oh, we lost that ring to those discordant seekers in the declaratory many years ago.
Lovely temple you have here.
Thank you. We constructed this chamber to optimize its acoustic effects.
What is this place?
This is the practice hall of the Choir of Holy Intonations. Here we grow the pluvoids and perfect their chants.
These pluvoids seem to be some form of plant life. Do they actually understand what they're singing?
Not really, but they have beautiful tonal quality. That is important for holy chants.
Why do you call yourselves the Chanters?
Our founder, Ifnik, believed the path to true enlightenment lies in singing. We grow these pluvoids and train them to sing holy songs. By focusing so deeply on the eternal mysteries, we gain a clearer insight into the nature of religion and salvation.
Thank you for your time.
This just needs a sonic redigitizer to get it working again. The pluvoids make music by blowing out air, just like we do when we whistle. No unusual readings.
Okay, let's go back outside. Start with this pyramid.
I am Media, the Gynarch of the Questers for Inner Strength. Chancellor Larock warned me about you.
I'm Commander William Riker.
What is this place?
This is the Grand Penatorium, where my subjects meet to become more disciplined and more firm-willed.
Your regimen sounds quite difficult.
It is. Only the most dedicated can accomplish the regime. What about you? You would be a good candidate for discipline, if only I still had my scepter of light.
Why do you call yourselves the Questers for Inner Strength?
Our founder, Plagu, believed that the outer body must suffer to make the inner soul stronger. Only by learning to deny the sensations of our outer bodies can we make our spirits free.
Lovely temple you have here.
Thank you, it stimulates our contemplations.
Why don't you still have your scepter of light?
Those horrendous seekers took it from me during the last declaratory. I would give anything for it. We are planning revenge next time.
Can you help us find the original 5th scroll?
My people have always looked inside themselves for their strength. We have never cared for external things to aid our spiritual quest.
Why do you have a force field inside your temple?
There is a Chodak transporter pad behind it that the Lawgiver frequently used during the last years of his life. We want to preserve it from prying eyes.
Maybe the original fifth scroll is back there. May we investigate it?
I have no desire to share my temple's treasures with aliens.
Thank you for your time.
You certainly wasted enough of it.
Oh, so she's missing her scepter of light. Well, we're gonna find that for her and bring it back to her. Off to the desert.
It's a pretty sturdy plant. I guess things can grow in this desert after all.
May the Lawgiver's spirit grant you wisdom. I am Arch Rashan Natchel, Chief Assistant to His Exalted Prominence Elant of the Seekers. Chancellor Larak told me to expect you. How may I be of service?
I'm Commander Riker of the Federation Starship Enterprise. Lovely temple you have here.
Thank you. It pleases us.
Why is your group called the Seekers?
Our founder, Baranam, believed that the path to enlightenment lies in searching for the truth. We are humble in our ignorance. Only the truth will free our souls.
Can you help us find the original fifth scroll?
I can let you see the true copy made by Baranam, our sect's founder.
We're doing this for historical research. I'm sure you understand that no matter how good your copy is, we need to check the original for authenticity.
I am afraid I cannot help you. The original was hidden by the Lawgiver many centuries ago, and I do not know where it is.
What is this place?
It has many names. It is usually called the Hall of Triumph, but recently some have called it the Path of No Return.
Why is this normally called the Hall of Triumph?
Our sect has been understandably successful in the declaratory contest. This is where we keep the prizes we have won, safe in our vault.
When did this start being called the Path of No Return?
More than a month ago, our leader Elant vanished through the door of enlightenment. He has not returned.
What is this door of enlightenment you mentioned?
At the end of this path is a door no one has ever opened. No one before Elant, that is.
Why hasn't anyone opened this door before?
There is a gatekeeper who jealously guards the doorway. He asks a series of questions when anyone tries to pass it. And if the person does not answer all the questions appropriately, the gatekeeper will not let him pass.
What is the gatekeeper like?
it is a very advanced device with strange, almost telepathic powers. Some say it is holdover Chodak technology, and others say the Lawgiver had something to do with it.
Isn't it possible that the original fifth scroll might be hidden on the other side of the Door of Enlightenment?
I suppose so. But why should we risk our safety when we have the true copy of the scroll anyway?
Thank you for your time.
Okay, now we're gonna have to save our game real quick because we're going to attempt to go through the Door of Enlightenment. And based on what Natural says, the key to getting through is playing dumb. Ignorance. So let's give it a whirl.
Come no closer. I am the gatekeeper of the Door of Enlightenment. You must answer my questions appropriately to determine whether you are wise enough to proceed. Those who answer inappropriately will be punished if they attempt to pass.
Ask me your questions.
What is the central principle of the fifth scroll?
Yeah, the questions that a gatekeeper gives you are kind of random, so basically to answer them you just have to play dumb and basically you don't know.
Everybody seems to have a different interpretation. I'm not sure what to believe.
Knowing what not to believe often eliminates confusion. Which of the sects has correctly interpreted the fifth scroll?
I don't have enough facts to answer that properly.
Too many facts can close a mind to knowledge. By what right are you here?
For all I know, we may not have any right to be here.
Then you have already started to learn. Who are you?
Everyone plays so many roles in life. It is impossible to label them.
You understand the fundamental paradox of existence. To know that you know nothing is the beginning of enlightenment. Your answers prove that you are ready to admit this. You may pass through the door.
Well, that worked like a charm. Let's go inside.
It was hard enough to get in here. Let's make sure we don't overlook anything.
It was hard enough to get in here.
I would suggest we search this room thoroughly, so that no clue escapes our notice.
Let's have Jory look around. Or Data. Let's try Data and see what he thinks.
This stasis field stops the effects of time on any object within it. A living being is trapped inside it. These controls are still in operational condition. The tricorder does not have sufficient data, and hence cannot analyze the writing.
Chancellor Larac is an expert on Chodak writing. Maybe he can tell us what that mysterious sign behind the door of enlightenment says.
Let's ask him. And Natural has disappeared. Okay, so he was useless anyway.
May the spirit of the Lawgiver strengthen you. Have you had much success in your search?
We found Elant, but he was trapped inside some sort of stasis field. Have you ever encountered anything like that?
Thank the Lawgiver you found him. I was worried about my old friend. No, I have not heard of such a field, but it is probably Chodak in origin. We still find many Chodak devices here, and they are often operational, even after all these years.
Can you help us free Elant?
Without knowing how to operate the device, I have no way to assist you.
There was a control panel with a sign near it. We couldn't translate the writing.
The Lawgiver made a great study of the ruins and developed a Chodak Garidian translator. I will upload it into your tricorder. Perhaps it will help you save Elant.
Thank you very much. This may be an enormous help.
Elant is my friend. I do hope you can free him, but if you will...
And he's gone.
The translator Larac gave us may help us figure out what that sign says.
Okay, that's new.
That was something I wasn't expecting.
Me neither. For a moment I thought it was a face hugger from Alien. Let's use the tricorder.
They're doing just fine.
Let's have Riker deactivate the stasis field.
It worked. We now have detailed instructions on how to operate the control panel.
Let's do it.
By the Lawgiver's wisdom, what is happening here?
I'm Commander William Riker of the Starship Enterprise, representing the United Federation of Planets. We're visiting Frigis by permission of Chancellor Larac. I presume you are Elant, exalted prominence of the Seekers.
I am indeed. This is all most peculiar, but according to my studies, the Lawgiver expected us to have off-world visitors this year, so I should not be so surprised.
How could the Lawgiver foretell our coming in this particular year?
He was a prophet. Prophets are supposed to foretell things.
Can you help us find the original fifth scroll?
I wish I could. I came here looking for it. Why are you strangers so interested in it?
There's a civil war brewing on Garrod. Having the original scroll may help some Garidian friends of ours prevent it.
That sounds like a noble goal. Even though we have been exiles here for many generations, we still care about our home world. May the Lawgiver's wisdom help bring peace to Garrod.
Are you feeling all right?
Thank you for your concern. I am feeling a little dizzy, but I think it will pass.
What is this place?
I scarcely know myself. I only came through that door a few minutes ago, and I've not had much chance to look around. I suspect this is a room built by the Chodak, the original inhabitants of this world. Their ruins are all around us.
I know it seems like you were here only a few minutes, but it was much longer. You've been trapped in a stasis field. Time actually stopped for you.
I see. It was a rather disorienting experience.
Do you remember what happened?
When I entered the room, I saw a pair of talismans sitting on that rock. I climbed down to get them, but as soon as I touched them, alarms sounded and I just lost consciousness. Then you were here when I awoke.
You've been in stasis over a month from what your assistant Natural told us.
Natural? That devious Dromefex is probably plotting some way to take over my position. I must return to the temple as quickly as possible. How can I thank you for rescuing me from that stasis field?
Thank you for your generosity, but a reward isn't necessary.
The customs of my sect compel me to show my gratitude. Here are the talismans I picked up, as well as the key to our vault, which holds the trophies we have won in the declaratory over the years. You may take up to 3 items to help you in your mission.
Thank you. We'll try to use your gifts wisely.
Please excuse me. The effects of the stasis field have worn me out. I will rest here a while and then return to my temple. I'm sure I must have been missed.
Okay, if you've been paying attention, the chanters and the questers are missing items. So they're in the vault, so we have to go get them. Let's run the tricorder on these 2 talismans.
This thing is operating at a phase variance of 5,000 kilohertz. This thing is operating at a phase variance of 3,000 kilohertz.
Okay, let's save our game real quick, because this is important in case you screw up or something. Now let's go get the items. Okay, the items you need are the staff with the white ball, sonic redigitizer, and the gold ring. Ignore these other 3. This one you don't need. This one, I don't know why I picked that, so I'm putting it back. Yes. Yes, and yes. Now we just exit out. Let's try something. Oh, the plants are getting bigger.
The plants are drinking up the little bit of water in the soil. I'm surprised how fast these things are growing.
And they are growing fast. Now let's head for the Chanter's Temple. Yeah, George should be able to fix this.
I think this will fix it.
You repaired our instrument. In your honor, I shall play the Lawgiver's song, Traveling Music.
Thanks for letting us hear that. It was very enlightening.
Since you enjoyed it so much, here is an orchestrion of it that you can play whenever you want.
Yeah, traveling music is gonna come in handy. So let's have Riker return the missing ring.
You returned the missing ring. In your honor, we shall sing our loveliest chant. Watch your step.
Thank you for letting us hear that. It was very enlightening.
Since you enjoyed it so much, here is an orchestrion of it that you can play whenever you want.
Okay, now that that's taken care of, now let's return the staff. First, let's check on the plants. Yep, still the same. One more time. Whoa, they grew fast.
The plants push air through themselves like natural reed instruments.
Now let's head to the Quester's Temple.
My scepter of light! Oh, thank you. I have been missing this for ages. What favor can I do for you in return?
Tell us where the original fifth scroll is.
I honestly do not know. I have been all over this temple and have not seen it, so I am sure it is not here.
What's behind this force field?
An ancient Shodak transport pad.
Will you lower the force field?
Yes. I will do that for you. But I do not think it will be much help, since we have never figured out how the Lawgiver's transporter works.
There's a recorder inside here. There's a recorder in... This orchestrion plays Watch Your Step. This orchestrion plays traveling music.
Okay, let's try Watch Your Step first. You know it's not going to do anything. So I'm going to save the game real quick because it's easy to mess up the next part. I mean, saving the game. Well, I mean, says this next part is easy to mess up, so better save your game before going in. So let's try traveling music. And the floor has disappeared. Well, here's what to do. I found this little chart online that tells you know where to go and how to do it. So just bear with me, folks.
The touchpad's much newer than the rest of the room. I think it was added by the Garidians.
Okay. Let's try the third one. 3 pluvoid. And we'll get this 1 covered pluvoid. And walk here. 1 covered pluvoid. Now we play 4 again. Oh, better make sure data doesn't fall off or anything. One. See? And we go here. And we play the 2 covered. Okay, the one uncovered. Back here. So apparently we got all these. So okay, now we play 4 again. Okay. Now we played the one uncovered. And the 2's covered. And let's run the tricore on that niche. And compare it to talismans.
The niche is operating at a phase variance of 3,000 kilohertz. Readings indicate this talisman is operating at a phase variance of 3,000 kilohertz. Readings indicate this talisman is operating at a phase variance of 5,000 kilohertz.
Basically what you want to do is use the blue talisman. If you use the yellow talisman, you destroy the manuscript, so use the blue talisman. And there's the 5th scroll, so let's grab it and go.
In many cultures, flashing lights represent danger. While that need not be the case here, I believe it would be prudent to leave and take the scroll back to the ship for authentication. Beam us up.
Captain's log supplemental. We have successfully retrieved the Garidian's 5th scroll, and Tabak has verified the manuscript's authenticity. Lucana assures me the mere existence of this scroll may radically alter the structure of Garidian society.
I am glad you found the original scroll, Captain. I hope it will do some good on Garrett. Keeping it here would only upset the delicate balance between the sects.
Thank you for your generosity. Would you be willing to let the Federation send an archaeological research team to Frigis? Your world has the finest collection of Chodak ruins in known space.
Would we be permitted to share in any Chodak secrets they uncover?
Of course, the Federation believes in freely distributing scientific knowledge. In fact, we would be honored if your scientists would join our efforts.
Then we agree, Captain. Send us your archaeologists.
Captain, Lucana is on the comm. She wishes to speak to you.
Put her on.
The oppressed masses of Garrett offer their gratitude for your assistance, Captain. Garidian society will soon be transformed. We must now make plans to return the scroll to Garrett.
Captain, a Garidian warbird is decloaking off the port bow. It is the Asurum, Captain Pentara's ship. They are hailing us. On screen.
Thank you for leading us here, Captain Picard. The ruling council has wondered for centuries where these people ran off to.
You have no business here, Captain Pentara. We are in Federation space and this world has asked for our protection. I intend to give it to them.
This is no longer a matter of a little scout ship, Captain. A subspace message was sent from your ship to the Garidian rebels. A full-scale revolution has erupted on Garrett.
We sent no messages.
I suspect it was that revolutionary Lucana. She delights in stirring up trouble. Surrender her, end her companions at once, or face the consequences.
Uh-oh.
Captain, the Aserum is powering up its disruptors.
Shields up.
Captain Pentara, anyone who has been sending unauthorized subspace messages from my ship will be dealt with severely. I do not tolerate that sort of behavior.
You may have a few minutes to investigate, but I'm still not leaving without those people.
Mr. Worf, get me Lucana on the comm.
What do you want, Captain?
Are you responsible for a subspace message being sent to Garrett?
Yes, I brought a subspace microtransceiver with me. Now that we have the fifth scroll, our revolution is fully justified. Garidian society must change.
You are playing games with thousands of lives and risking an interstellar incident.
Freedom for my people is worth any price, Captain.
Lucana, this has gone far enough. If I get my mother to intercede with the ruling council, will you come back to Garrett and stop the revolution?
Your mother is as reactionary as the council.
She is a woman of honor. She would keep her word even to you, someone she hates.
If she can get the council to listen, it might be worth the gamble.
Captain, can you patch me through to my mother's ship?
Make it so, Mr. Worf.
Mother, there is no need to fight. We have the fifth scroll.
The fifth scroll is a myth.
No, I've seen it and Tabak has verified it. This will change our world forever.
Do you realize what this means? The ruling council has not been truthful with us for generations. The people will demand revenge.
If you give us safe passage back to Garrett and convince the council to hear Lucana's message, she will return with the fifth scroll and stop the rebellion.
Very well. Captain Picard, I will power down my disruptors so you can lower your shields and let me beam Tabak, Avakar, and Lucana to my ship. Perhaps our paths will cross again.
Under better circumstances, I hope.
Sir, the Warbird is disarming its weapons.
Lower shields.
Captain, the Garidians have beamed aboard the Aserum. They are underway. On course back to Garrett.
What are your orders, Captain?
Let's head to the Ruinor sector and check in with
Set course for the Ruinor sector and resume our patrol along the neutral zone.
Yes, sir.
And
Engage.
We'll check in with Starfleet as well.
Admiral Williams here. What can I do for you, Captain?
What's your assessment of our recent performance?
Starfleet Command is very pleased with your first contact mission to the Garidian colony on Frigis. However, the subsequent discovery of the fifth scroll will have profound effects on Garrett. I commend you on your handling of the Garidian refugee problem. Tabak, Lucana, and Avakar have returned home aboard the Garidian warbird Aserum. Their intrusion into Federation space has been handled through diplomatic channels. Shall I go on?
No, thank you. Picard out.
Okay, we're gonna save our game real quick, and in the next video, shit's gonna hit the fan when there's a Romulan invasion in the Federation. Romulans invade the Federation. Basically, they're in a race to get to something very important. But we'll save that for another video. So, thanks for watching, and have fun.